Hi, my name's Amy and welcome to my new BookTube channel. Feels weird saying that. I loved reading when I was a kid. I was absolutely obsessed with it. I finished all the books in my school by the time I was 8 years old. And my primary school teacher used to call me Belle because my head was always in a book and I was just obsessed with reading. As I got older, obviously life gets in the way, it kind of dies off a bit. Plus I did English Lit and I think all the history and the context behind it just killed my love of reading at one point. But in the last year I'd say I've really gone back into it. I think October 2024 is when I started getting back into reading. I read a really great book by Christina Perrins called How to Solve Your Own Murder, and it hooked me and I was recommending it to everybody that I knew. I was just obsessed with it, and from there I've just fallen back in love with reading. So then I read Fourth Wing because I thought we'll go back into fantasy. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, big fantasy vibes like that, Harry Potter, things like that. So I thought let's go back into it, let's just see what it's about. And I loved it. I was obsessed with it. Obsessed with dragons. I've got plenty more dragon books on this bookshelf. Yeah, I was just absolutely obsessed with it, and I think it actually just changed my life. So from there I decided to get a Kindle. So I absolutely love it. I went for the matcha green one last March and honestly I'm obsessed with it. I decided to get Sabrina stickers, and due to my trip to London I got a London insert for my Kindle. And a cute little charm that I got off the Etsy shop from a cute little creator. I'll drop their link below as well. But yeah, absolutely obsessed. I've got through so many books on my Kindle. I'm currently finishing the Natural series. I'm in the last book of that series, which is Bad Blood. Really excited. It's the longest book in the collection, so it'll take me a few days. But I'm honestly obsessed and I just feel like I get through them so quickly on my Kindle. However, I do love a physical read as well, so I physically started reading ACOTAR a year ago. Yeah, a year ago this month. And yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I knew Tamlin was fishy from the beginning. I was never on board the Tamlin train, I can just say that. It was the bit with the fiddle. It gave me the ick and I was out. And that is it. That's all I'll say on it. But Tamlin girls, I'm really sorry. But yeah, I'm really into my fantasy genres, my thriller genres. I'd say Frida McFadden was probably my favourite author last year, just because I got through so many of her books. I think I got through something like 21 of her books last year. Yeah, and I just absolutely loved it. So this year I am exploring other thriller writers. I'm exploring obviously a lot of different series, getting into them, and obviously trying to find what style is my favourite to get the maybe 6-star reads, because I've given quite a few 4.5s to 5s. So I'd love to have a different ranking system for this year, so if you've got any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments. As I'd love to obviously brainstorm that and pick it apart. For me, this channel is going to be about creating content that we can all enjoy. I'm very much a girl that says, oh, just one more chapter, and then we're up until 3 AM sobbing at the book. We're emotionally devastated, we're emotionally destroyed, and that's it, life's never the same again. So I definitely want to create a channel where we all relate to things like that. I've had quite a bit of positive feedback from my TikTok channel, which I'll include below if you want to go and check that out. Just in terms of the content I'm creating, I'm trying to create funny videos, relatable content. Not all of us read at the same pace, so it's hard to obviously be like, oh yeah, I got through this book in a day and this book in a day, when some people are slower readers and I don't think they should be judged for that. So this is a place where read at your own pace, comment what you've enjoyed. If you disagree with my opinion about a book, I want to hear it. I want to see different viewpoints. Yeah, and just being like a really open-minded space for things, really. In terms of targets for this year, I managed to get through 90, I think it was something like 92 books last year. I logged it on Fable, so let me know if you'd like my Fable account so we can all follow each other as well. I'll put that below. And this year I wanted to set my target a little bit higher, just so it was a bit more ambitious, a bit more creative, especially for getting into new genres and trying new things. So I'd very much like to try and hit 120 this year. Quite ambitious, but I did get through, well, I have got through 17 so far, from January to the first week of February. So I'm doing a lot better than last year. But yeah, I would love to obviously connect with more people that are interested. I'm an office 9 to 5 girl, so a lot of my reading is done in the evenings or on weekends, where I just want to chill out, relax, and take up a good series or a good couple of books that can really just help me decompress from that 9 to 5 life. I'm a Northwest girl in the UK, so always fun. But yeah, I just think BookTok is such a welcoming community, and we've all had a lot of fun on TikTok, so I'd love to obviously branch out and get into the YouTube side of things now. I'm always up for reviewing ARC readers. I have accepted a few recently that I've really enjoyed, and I'm really excited for them to be released. So yeah, if you want me to read anything, you can send me an email and I'll read it over, put my reviews out there. I absolutely love reviewing books as well. I have a really cute, I'll show you this as well. This is my book review book notebook, and I'm really obsessed with it. It's so cute. I got it when I went to Edinburgh with my best friend, and I just like to write in. I keep it really quite brief. I normally just put one book on each page, and I just put in the rating, the date I finished it, and what thoughts I had on the book. So it's quite open, because obviously when you have to go back and you want to see if you've read the book, it's hard to remember, especially if you read so many. So I like to jot it down, so at least then I've got my thoughts for it as well. I am also part of a physical book club through chapter 25, and I go and see them once a month, and that's always fun. But I'd really like for this space to also be like a virtual book club, maybe for people that can't get to places that would host the book clubs, or just they're too far away for them to get to. Yeah, so I'd love to create like an online book club community where we can just all like share our thoughts, feelings about books, and take it from there. In terms of obviously series that I'd love to get through this year, I would love to get through Throne of Glass. I would love to then move on to Crescent City. I've got the first 2 books in that collection ready to go. I'm a huge fan of Stephanie Garber. Whatever she writes, I will read it. Lucy Jane Wood as well. I kept up to date with her updates in terms of the Rewitch series, and I can't wait for the 3rd and 4th book to be released. She's from the Wirral originally, so another Northwest girl, and honestly she's just so inspiring. I absolutely love her writing. It just gives me cozy vibes throughout, and that's what I want this space to be as well. So I'd love for you to comment, like, subscribe. We can all connect and share thoughts about books together. Let me know in the comments what you'd want to see as my next video. Always happy to do like a book haul, my February TBR list and why. most anticipated reads of this year, things like that. Just let me know in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions and taking it all within my stride. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the introduction and hopefully see you again soon.